Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at this FOXWELL ST201 Automotive smoke machine. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So the output on this is 0.5 PSI. Output volume is less than 8 liters per minute. Power is 12 volts at 5 amps. That's DC. And it says applicable to evap system, gaskets, fittings, throttle shafts, catalytic converters, diaphragms, and seats, headlight and taillight housings, EGR valves, hoses, brake boosters, central locking system, door and window seals, oil leaks, and more. So there are tons of applications for this. This lists a few, but let's get this open. So here we have the user manual, and there's the packing list. It has main unit, hook, power cord, smoke tube, funnel, inflatable adapter, air drum rubber, intake adapter core, and user manual. And this says make sure there are no hard things inside the pipe before assembly to avoid scratching the inflatable adapter. So this shows the different parts. We have a hook, power indicator, run key, fill port, work air import, stop key, level window, DC 12 volt input, and smoke out port. So it says mount the hook to the screw hole, plug the power cords into the socket on the back of the main unit, mount the smoke tube to the vent on the main unit, unscrew the fill port cap and fill amount of smoke oil and view the oil level through the window to make sure the oil is within the range of scale. Attention, it's hard to read there, but I think it says don't put too much oil in it. It says test run, connect 12 volt vehicle battery with clamps on the power cords, switch on the run key, it will start to produce smoke. It says the device can work continuously for 10 minutes. So these are the instructions on using the inflatable adapter. And this talks about general operating guide, and this talks about evap. So let's look at this. We'll pull it out this way. There's a little bit of oil residue on there from shipping. Let's take a look at the accessories. So this is the inflatable bladder. You can close this off and press this. And you can seal against a surface. And then you hook the smoke through here and it will come through here so you can test for leaks. This is how you hook it up to the battery. So these are about 5 foot long. So that will plug in here. And here we have a hose and some different fittings here. So let's get the hook out first. Here's the hook. So that will screw in the top here. So that's so you could hang it from something in the car. And this is a cone. You could put this in, say, like an exhaust. And we get these cut. So here's the tube that the smoke comes out of. This is around 6 foot, and that will screw on the back here. So there's a rubber cap on here. I'll pull that off, and I'll thread this on. There we go. And then this can fit into these fittings, like here. And here's another one. So there's a funnel for filling. And then on the front here we have start and stop. And on the side we have the liquid level, so that's where you fill it to. So this advises you use special smoke oil. It said you can also use baby oil as smoke oil. Okay, so for smoke oil, I'm going to use mineral oil. This is the same thing as baby oil. Baby oil tends to have a fragrance in it, whereas mineral oil doesn't. So I put the funnel in the fill hole, and I'm going to watch here for the max level. So I'm right at that max fill level. I'll put the cap in. Okay, so I'm outside at my car. I have the smoke machine, and I'm working at the back of the car, so I have a battery here. I'll connect up to the battery. Okay, so it buzzed. Let's turn it on and try it. Okay, so we're getting smoke. Turn that off. Now I want to put that in my tailpipe. There's different accessories here. Here's a cone, but that's a little too small. So I'm going to use this inflatable bladder. Now I don't know if there's anything sharp in here, so I'm actually just going to put a bag around it. So I'll put that in and seal it up. Okay, so I pump that up. It feels pretty secure. I'll take the free end and I'll put the smoke machine in there. Now I'll turn this on and let it run for a few minutes. I'll also look up here at the manifold. So I did not find any leaks. I'm going to let this run for a few more minutes and then I'll check it again. Okay, I ran it for a few more minutes. I checked it again. No leaks. I have mixed feelings about it not leaking. It would have been nice to see a leak for demonstration, but I'm also happy that it's not leaking. So here, I'll release the pressure on this. And you can see that smoke came out of there. And now the smoke's coming out of the tailpipe. So we do know that it had smoke in there. So let's head up to the engine bay and test some things there. Okay, so now we're in the engine bay. I've hung this off the hood latch. I'll connect up power to my battery. And now I can connect this up to different places for testing. So here we have a charcoal canister. I can disconnect these tubes and connect the smoke machine to them and look for leaks. Okay, so I didn't find any leaks, but I decided to simulate one. So I took this pipe off here, and you can see smoke is coming out. So now I'll stick it in this tube. I think this is going to the gas tank. So if I come back here to the gas tank fill, you can see just a little bit of smoke coming out of here. Now it's very bright out. This would probably be a little easier in the dark using a flashlight, because then that flashlight would reflect off of the smoke. So this is not actually detecting a leak, but it's telling us that that tube is connected to the gas tank. If it was disconnected somewhere, we likely wouldn't see smoke, and now you can really see the smoke. So that's the FOXWELL ST201 Automotive smoke machine. This car I'm working on is 25 years old, and it's getting to a point where these hoses are starting to wear out. So it's nice being able to test them, especially ones that are difficult to replace. Also, the metal tubes sometimes rust out. Now I was doing a simple demonstration today, but I'll probably hook it up to all these inside my garage, get the flashlight out, and I'll look for any tiny little wisps of smoke, and then I can replace those specific components. Doing the same job without the smoke machine would be very tedious. I'd have to visually inspect all the lines, maybe try to pressurize them if possible, but oftentimes that's not even possible. The smoke machine makes easy work of it. Now I just used the default end here and the inflatable bladder, but it had these other two parts, the cone and this rubber fitting. So this should cover almost all the needs you have to connect this to your car parts. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.